1996, id Software, the FPS dons behind Doom, released its spiritual successor Quake. It combined a gothic aesthetic with futuristic enemies and weapons, a soundtrack composed by Trent Reznor, and arguably improved on everything Doom had done before it. It's been released on DOS, macOS, Sega Saturn and N64 to name but a few platforms, and now, thanks to the amazing Dr. Beef, you can play it on Gear VR. It's a port of the Android port of the original, and it's largely unchanged, so there's nothing unfamiliar here for Quake fans. Sounds are still as great as they ever were, and the visuals have been given a minor upgrade without frame rate suffering, meaning it looks fucking awesome on the screen in front of you. Effectively, this is the same Quake that was great in '96, so if you liked it then, you'll love it now. Shooters may have come a long way since the end of the 20th century, but Quake, despite not having the bells and whistles of more modern bullet fests like Halo, still plays beautifully today. Firing it up for the first time on my Gear VR gave me that same sense of wonder that I got playing it decades ago. Despite knowing exactly what was around each corner, the whole experience still felt brand new due to the control changes. Pitch and yaw can be controlled by looking or with a control pad, or a combination of both. The latter option is really intense, but allows for what I felt was a greater freedom of movement. Playing Quake in VR almost felt like relearning how to play an FPS game completely, which is no bad thing, but it's really disorienting for the opening few minutes. The 3D effect really gives a great depth of field, and with headphones on you quickly become immersed in the world. As a result, it's easy to get genuinely nervous when rounded a corner in case you bump into a shambler or fiend, and adds a new element of fear that I didn't really get in the original release. Weapons also feel meatier in VR, and that's a great thing, because even enemies as common as grunts are much more imposing. The only issue I have with Quake VR is the same one that I have with other first-person full movement titles, and it isn't the fault of the game itself. Playing for more than about half an hour at a time can cause the inexperience to feel incredibly nauseous. The other control options do alleviate this to a degree, but even then you're going to have to get used to playing in VR before you can try to do the whole thing in one sitting. Quake VR is a great example of how classic games can be given a new lease of life on VR hardware, and given that the shareware version is forever free, there's no excuse not to give it a go. As it's not available on the Oculus Store, you'll have to use some workarounds to get it set up, but this is really easy to do. I've provided links to everything you'll need to download in the description, and a tutorial is available on the Quake VR homepage itself, and I've also provided a link to that. 9 out of 10.